Elk River GSA, it's Megan. I'm here to tell you my coming out story. I miss you guys so much. I realized it myself in like eighth grade. We'll go with 8th grade. And I wasn't too happy. I knew that I really didn't like boys the way all my friends were. They were like swooning over these guys, and I was like, oh, so that's what you do. You get kind of creepy, and one of your friends, and you're like, I like you. No. But I realized that all those feelings that my friends were having with guys, I was having towards my friends. But anyway, so the first person I told was my best friend. Because she was religious too, and I knew that was a big thing, so I thought that she would be okay with it because she was my best friend, and I just kind of rambled at it. But anyway, and I guess she took it alright. She said, oh, that's cool, and then just ignored it. So I was really afraid to tell anyone else because I thought I would get the same reaction or worse because I know it wasn't right in my religion. So I did some really bad things in 8th grade because I was so upset with myself about it. Don't hurt yourself. You don't have to put yourself down, physically hurt yourself. Just don't do it. Be yourself. Keep smiling. Once I got into high school, I made some more friends, and they talked about going to this thing called GSA, and I still wasn't comfortable with all of that yet. I was still kind of upset that I was. I told the friends who I knew were cool with it. They were kind of like my little support group. They were like, oh, that's really cool, and stuff like that. You're the same person we met the first day of your freshman year. Yeah. And I wanted to tell my parents, but I didn't because I didn't know how they would take it being Catholic. So then we moved, and I was like, okay, I know it's Minnesota, but I'm gonna be myself. It's gonna be great, and all of that jazz. So I came in, I was myself. When the first person who asked me was my friend Jake, and it was in math. It was in math, and it was like we were talking, and him and this other girl, Jordan, talking about straight couples, and she was talking about her boyfriend, and she said, or both of them said, oh, Megan, we're gonna find you a boyfriend. And I was like, what if I don't want one? It was the first time I said it out loud, and I was okay with it. And I mean, what's the big deal? But I guess before that, Jake kind of figured and asked my sister, so she kind of thought about it, and then, well, I'll get into that. But, so, I wanted to tell my mom, so I went downstairs one day, and I was like, Mom, I'm gay. I just said it. And she's just like, she just looked at me, shook her head, and I was like, no, you're not. So I was like, oh, yeah, no, I'm not. I don't know why I said that. I'm April Fool's. I went back upstairs and promised myself I would never tell my mom again. But after that, I kept on keeping on with my friends, and a couple months went by. Everyone knew. it was just awesome because I could be who I am at school, but at home I was hiding myself. And that's not very good. Um, so I'm practicing for Starfest one day, and Grace, Laurel, and I finish up. So they drive me home. I walk in the door, and my mom says, "Come sit down. We need to talk to you." I didn't know what I was getting in trouble for. They were like, "Do you think you're maybe gay?" I was like, uh, I couldn't say anything. Molly had kind of let it slip that she thought I was, and after telling my mom I was at one time, but that was fun. So we talked about it, and they were like, "Well, maybe you should just wait it out. Just try to have a boyfriend first. Don't like pursue any girls. Just kind of like chill. And you haven't told anyone at school, right?" "No, Mom. No, I haven't." I didn't tell her I did. I told her that Jake knew. And she's like, "Oh, okay, well, have Jake not tell anyone and you'll be fine. And then you can get a boyfriend, and then you won't be by the time you graduate high school." Did that, and then got a girlfriend. And it was so sad that I couldn't tell my parents. Like, I couldn't share my being happy with my mom, and it was awful. So one day, because I told Molly, my sister, because she anyway. But one day I was in the kitchen, my mom was like, "Megan has a girlfriend." So she's like, she was pretty cool with it. I mean, it wasn't bad. Then we broke up and blah blah blah. But anyway, my mom just was like, "Don't tell the extended family until we're ready." Because she really had a hard time with it. I mean, she's better now. She's totally supportive, and it's awesome. But at the time, she was super, like, "I'm trying to support you, It's like, what do I do to support my child kind of thing. But whatever. She figured it out, and it's awesome. And my dad just doesn't, this is awful to say, but he just doesn't care. I mean, he's kind of weirded out at the beginning, but now he doesn't care. So I enter this relationship with this amazing girl, and it starts to become serious. Yeah, it starts to become serious, and she's so amazing that I don't want to hide her from my family, because I honestly was ready to tell my extended family as soon as I told my immediate family. But I couldn't because my mom wasn't ready for it. But I couldn't stand it. I wanted to tell my family. I wanted to tell my brother even. My brother, my cousins, granted I was really nervous to tell my grandma and uncle. But because I knew, like, my other cousins would have, my boy cousin would have girlfriends, and my girl cousin would have boyfriends, and they would talk in the family. And it's like, that's so cool. And me and this girl probably dating 5 months Oh, that doesn't sound very long. But anyway, it was 5 months, and I wanted to tell them. I wanted to share that. So Easter this past year, I went to my brother's for Easter. My whole family did. We drove there. It was a fun time. And I told him. He's like, as long as you're happy, that's cool. Because I got to share that with my brother, and it was awesome. And then I decided that at graduation, when everyone was coming, that I would tell them. So at my graduation, told basically everyone on the extended family that isn't too extended, like, they were all cool with it. So, I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was super nerve-wracking though, not gonna lie. Hardest thing to do ever. After graduation, I still wanted to share with my nanny and my Uncle Paul. I knew it would be hard because, well, my uncle is a priest in the Catholic Church. So I called them and I was like, "Hi, Nani, Uncle Paul. I need to tell you something. I'm I have a girlfriend." They kind of didn't say anything. So a couple weeks later, I got this awful letter in the mail from my uncle saying that it was awfully wrong of me, and he compared me to some pretty nasty things. I think it was murderer and child molester. Yeah. So things don't always turn out amazing. I don't even talk to them anymore, which sucks. And that's just how it happens. It's just something you have to realize, that there are people in your life who aren't going to accept you. They're not worth your time. I know they can be some pretty important people in your life. Those two, I really can't imagine what life is going to be like without them. Like, it's only been like 3 months and it's awful. You have to remember that people who love you and care about you unconditionally will be there for you. And it may take time. It took my parents quite a bit of time to like get used to the fact and be truly supportive. But they came around because they love me. Your family's gonna do the same thing. If your family doesn't, you have a family. It may not be blood related. Just say the people you're sitting next to right now, they're your family. They'll love you. They're going to support you through everything. I promise, okay? I don't know how many people I supported when I wasn't even out myself. Gowan, yeah, he's there. You can talk to him. He doesn't bite. He's actually a really cool person. And he'll help. It is as hard as everyone says it is. And not everything is going to go the way you want it to. And it's going to be really hard. But you can do it if you want to. Don't do it if you're not ready. But, yeah, so that's my coming out story. Super long. I'm sorry, I kind of got distracted and everything. But, yeah, so see ya, guys, and have a great discussion.